Okay, boys and girls, we're with Courtney Guard, aka Stubbsy Guardies, what we call you. You're part of our AFL women's team at West Coast Eagles. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Gibbo.
No worries. I'm just going to be asking you a few questions about footy, how you started playing, and I guess we'll just progress through your career up to date and where you see yourself going from here. So tell us, Stubbsy, how did you start playing footy? I heard you played a few sports growing up.
Yeah, I did. So played some footy at school, dabbled in it, I think started in year 8. But, you know, like most girls, it wasn't really a pathway for us when we were young. So I think when I was 4 years old, actually, I started playing basketball. So played that right throughout primary school, high school, and then did athletics. So was a 100-metre hurdler for many years, which is just so strange and so far from the footy world. But yeah, because footy wasn't really a thing. I loved it, played in high school, but it was never an opportunity. So I stuck with basketball, and I stuck jumping over the hurdles for 100 metres for quite a long time. And then, yeah, sure enough, it was only a couple of years ago that a friend said, why don't you come down and play footy? You know, there's an opportunity now. There's an AFLW competition. Why don't you come? And I thought, better late than never. So yeah.
So you actually didn't know about AFLW?
No, so I didn't. So I was playing SBL State League basketball for many years, and didn't really know that. I knew there was some exhibition matches, but I didn't really know the full extent to what the whole competition was going to look like. So I was just interested in coming down and playing kind of in the Waffle W League at that stage, and then yeah, to my best surprise, you know, Eagles were thinking about getting a team in a couple of years. So I thought then and there, I'm going to, you know, that's going to be my goal, and hopefully I achieve it, and here we are.
So you had your sights set on it.
Yeah, I did. Like, die-hard West Coast supporter growing up, could name just about every men's player. So, yeah, for it to be like a reality and realistic dream for me, I was like, yep, I'm going to do it before I get real old.
Real old.
Yeah, real old.
You have an interesting relationship with one of our players, Dana Hooker. So you guys played, or you went to primary school, high school, and you lived behind each other. And now you're here at West Coast. You're on a leadership group with her, and she's our vice captain. Tell me about that.
Yeah, pretty crazy story. So I can remember Hooks and I from a very young age. We were like some serious tomboys growing up in primary school. We owned probably the best BMX bikes on the block. And we used to kick the footy down at Allenjara Primary School when we were young. And there was some talent ID thing, and we played a bit of a game, and we both loved it. So, yeah, we were lovers of footy from a young age. And then we went to the same high school, and we played together. We actually won a premiership with our high school team, which was awesome. So I think that game was, we loved playing together. So, and then, yeah, it took a different pathway for both of us. She stayed with it, and obviously played in some exhibition games, and I kind of followed a different pathway. But it's so crazy how life has brought us back together, and we often reminisce. We've actually pulled out some pretty old school interviews of us when we were in year 9 advertising women's girls footy.
So surely we can get our hands on those.
Surely. I don't know how they haven't been dug out already, but yeah, it's crazy to think how far we've come from our little year 9 schoolgirls footy to here we are now.
Okay, so you found yourself on the Fremantle's list last year, and now we're at West Coast. You made your debut last year against Adelaide. Yeah. That was a pretty crazy game to debut in up in the top end.
Yeah.
Tell us your process of coming from Freo, debuting for them, and coming into West Coast.
Yeah, so I think for a lot of us it was a dream come true to get drafted no matter what colours you put on. So for me, I was super excited to play last year for Freo. Had a really interesting preparation, a lot of interesting times. I think getting married during pre-season was quite a large life event that happened at the same time. So for me, that kind of interrupted my preparation a little bit, but I was lucky enough to make my debut with Freo. And just running out on the field, I did have to pinch myself. It was a dream come true, but I think a lot of things happen. I was lucky enough to be involved in the West Coast Academy in the previous year before getting drafted. So I knew what the program was about. And like I mentioned before, I'm a diehard West Coast supporter. So when the opportunity came to come across, I did love my time at Freo, but it was very difficult not to come across and play for a team that you have loved since you were a young girl. So for me, it was a little bit of a no-brainer, and I'm so glad I did because I'm absolutely loving it here.
You found yourself in a leadership group, and you've every game so far as well. So it's just every stride for you right now is just upwards and upwards.
Yeah, I think our list of girls, the people around us that are supporting us, it's very difficult not to take all of that in and make the most of it. I think been so lucky, and like I said, I've been loving it, and this group of girls couldn't ask for a better team to be involved with.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 2-3 seasons?
Oh, well, I'm pretty old. So my aim is to just keep playing footy for as long as my body will allow me to, and as long as this club wants me to stay here. I think we'll see right out this year, right out next year, and see where we go. I'd love to be playing for the next 5 years, but I think just one step at a time. Like you said, so far so good this year, I think we've had a bit of a taste of success now, and I'll just want to be involved in some way, shape or form, whether it's playing or being involved in this club in some way. I want to be here for a long time.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Stubby, so much for joining us. I'm sure, everyone got something out of your story, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thanks very much, Gibbo. Love you.